What's up guys, Isaiah back here again with another video. This is a highly requested video, I guess you can kind of say, because I get these questions a lot. A lot of people inquire about these things. That is credit. Specifically with credit, we're talking about trade lines today, right? I want to educate you guys when it comes to trade lines. A lot of people always ask me, what are trade lines? What do they do to your credit? How can they help you? Where can you purchase them? All these questions about trade lines, right? So I'm here to drop all the knowledge for you guys today. I don't know everything, but I know a good significant amount, enough to teach you guys. So normally I get those questions, right? How does it work and stuff like that. So first things first, what is a trade line? Very simple. I'm gonna try to simplify it as much as I possibly can. A trade line is basically a line of credit that you can either be added to or have someone added on, right? And that line of credit essentially has history with, and with you being added onto that line or you adding somebody onto that credit line, it benefits you or that person. Let's just say it's me and I'm adding you as an authorized user on my credit card, right? It gives you the history that I've built. So the on-time payments for those years that I've had, maybe, let's just say an Amex card for the 10K limit, 5 years, never missed a payment, 5 years. Very, very strong account, good standing, everything is perfect with the account. That's my account though. But if I add you onto that account as an authorized user, you benefit off of me making those payments on time and having that account still in good standing. That's basically the benefit that it also brings with it as well. But I'm gonna get into detail in a second on a couple things when it comes to trade lines, right? So one thing that kind of gets misconstrued in that you don't physically get the actual card in the mail, or you don't get to spend the money if I add you on my card as an authorized user. What you get is just strictly the credit history that comes with the account. Don't think if somebody adds you to the authorized user on an Amex Platinum that you're going to be out there spending the money. No, it don't work like that. You just have access to their payment history. That's all. And that in turn is what actually boosts your score and gives you the history that you need, right? Credit history is very, very important. I want you guys to know this, and I'm going to give you a couple scenarios throughout this video on why it is so important. Let's start with number one, right? If you guys walk into a dealership and you have no credit, zero credit, and you're trying to get a car that's, let's just say $100,000. Never had a car in your name before. You have a couple credit cards, but they're very, very low amounts. What I mean by that is, let's just say you have a Macy's card, $200 limit a month. It's still building your credit if you pay it on time. What's very important, and what people don't know, and what I want you guys to know is that banks are real people. Banks sit behind a desk and they decide whether or not they want to give you a loan or approve you for this card or approve you for this house or car, whatever the case is, right? What you guys need to know is that these people have common sense. Very simple, they have common sense. So if you come to me, if I'm on the other side of this computer, and you come to me saying, hey, listen, I have no credit, I have, well, let's just say your credit's 500, 600, right? But you only have one card, JC Penney's, $200 limit max, right? And you're like, hey, I want that car. I tell you, the car is, gonna be, I'm just speaking in simple logic terms, the car is gonna be like $1,000 a month. Automatically, the person on me, on this side of the computer is gonna know, okay, let me check the credit history. Because if the money's down, you can get approved, right? Because I sell cars, so I'm a credible source to know this and learn this because I'm on both sides of the table. On the bank side, they're checking your payment history if you make all your payments on time, right? So let's just say you miss maybe one payment. They're gonna look at that in maybe a year, right? They're gonna say, okay, you missed one payment, one late payment, but it's only $200. You understand? They're gonna think, okay, this person missed a payment on a $200 monthly payment. Can I trust them with a $1,000 payment a month? That's what's in their head. Banks, this is how the banks think. Can I trust them with $1,000 a month when they can't even pay consistently $200? It raises a red flag, and that's why people get declined sometimes, right? Or another reason is because they don't have any history. They don't have no type of payment history at all. Zero score. You never paid nobody on time. You never actually had to be responsible enough to make a monthly payment. So banks are not going to approve you on these high cars, what I'm talking about, $1,000 payments, stuff like that, and that type of tier of a vehicle. They're not going to approve you, right? Here's why people use trade lines to beat the system. And I'm giving you guys the sauce right now, so take notes and learn this, right? And you guys can always DM me on Instagram, comment down below, contact me, hit me however you can on any of my social medias. If you guys have any questions or anything at all for me, if you guys want trade lines, stuff like that, you guys can always contact me, but we'll talk about that later. These are the reason why people get trade lines, because they add that history onto their credit. So now, versus you going to the dealership with no credit, no history, no payments, they're going to decline you right away, versus you adding a trade line, coming back a couple months, and you're like, hey, listen, look at my credit. Yeah, I just paid that off. Yep, I've been having that card for 3 years, paid on time. Exactly. I'm good, right? Approved. Why? Because they want to see, like I said, that payment history. And that trade line is going to give you that payment history. So that's the main reason why people use trade lines and why people buy trade lines, why they love to have them on their credit, why they go crazy for them. That's the main reason why people use trade lines and what they're really needed for and used for.